Welcome back to Nightingale's Motorcycles, metal finishers, restorers. We're on to TLR 200s, our trials bikes, trail bikes, fork restoration, which we spoke about in a video a couple of series ago. So what we're doing is we're going to take these fork legs and remove the damage off them. Here's the corrosion. We can have a close-up picture of them and just show what they're like and what they're going to look like afterwards. These could be our own fork legs off an ordinary bike, a road bike. I'm just showing these because we're on a project at the moment with TLR 200s. So the first thing we're going to do, so if you brought your bike forks into us and the fork stanchions are good and the seals are good, we wouldn't put these in a dipping tank to remove the lacquer. What we would do with any stanchion, we have sleeves which go over them and protectors for the rubber seals so it can still blast and bring your fork legs up to a standard so we can see the process you want next. So what this customer's saying is, he does want us to put some stanchions in, some seals in and some oil in last, but we're still going to blank these in the next video as if they were ones which are perfect. We'll blank them, we won't chemical dip them, we'll go straight into a dry media. So this is a mixture of walnut and a very fine oxide we use. What you'll find is that once they're done and come out the first tank, which is the dry blast tank cabinet, we can assess these to see what they're like. So if you have got damage, as I did say in the last one, any damage to fork legs or any kind of aluminium, we can band sand these back in, remove the scuffs. So the first stage you're going to see is these coming out of the dry blaster so we can assess them. They'll have had protectors on, and then we'll go to the next stage. So the stages we'll be moving on to is, then do we move on to a repair, or do we move on to vapor blast to get this original kind of silvery look, and then maybe a lacquer, a ceramic lacquer, or do we go for polishing? So this customer wants polishing. So what we're going to do, because we're going to change the stanchions at some point, we'll be polishing these legs. So we'll probably be going for blasting, we'll then be going for assessment, repair, and then into the polishing room, which we're going to show you what we actually do on that. He wants a medium finish, so we'll say a medium finish, what we call sizzling, which is a polished finish, and then they're going to be lacquered. So we'll get these dressed up, sealed up and everything, and get them to the dry media tank. Right, so we're ready on this fork leg to put in the dry blaster. What we're going to actually do is we've masked it, we've sleeved it, and show you close up of this to the extent of it. Just move one sticker, media will just bounce off a sticker. So that's the original corrosion and everything. So we're going to put it in now and put it to the dry blaster. Now as you can see here, I'm using a media that's like talcum powder. Once this is gone, it's gone, it just goes, that's it. You can't save it, you can't do anything. So we'll get this in real time and be preparing this leg. So what we'll do now is remove the leg and we'll take it to a bench to inspect, and I'll just show you it. So that's some of our own media, a mixture and professional equipment, so we'll take it to a bench now to inspect. Thank you. Okay, so we're straight out the dry blaster. You saw how it takes the waste and lacquer and back to a media, and the media we use back to the substrate, which is a super finish, and it's not affected the original finish. So now we're inspecting for any damage, because if we had corners or scuffs we could blend these in. The leg on both fork bottoms are good actually. So what we're going to do is, you've now seen close up of walnut blasting straight away, which is fantastic now for the preparation if you was either going to paint at home or we was going to prep for a ceramic coating, because it can be coated as well as polished or aqua vapor blasted. So what I'm going to do is, the leg was protected as we said, I'm going to mask off, so we've got 3 areas. So we know what this was like, we know this was dry walnut and oxide, so I'm going to mask it off now. So the idea is that I'm going to do the next one in real time as well. We're going to vapor it, so vapor blast it, which could have it vapor blasted then lacquered. So we're closing the metal up, we're putting a factory shine on it. So I'm just putting this on now to protect it, because we can see the difference there. So that'll just protect that from getting a vapor finish. And then what I thought we'd do as well is we'll do this part from here. So I'm going to mask this now, because what the idea is, once I've vapored, we'll pull this and you'll see dry media blasting, which is great for applying at home or a ceramic finish. You'll see vapor blasting, which is like a bit of a factory finish, or else then we'll mask this bit and I'll show you polishing to a polished finish we can get. So we'll say we're going to do to there and vapor this up. So when we pull the tapes off, we've got 3 different types to show you. So at the moment we're going to put this into the vapor blaster, and then we'll peel the tapes, just check that everything's masked off. So we'll have dry, vapor blasting, and we're going to go to polishing. Different levels of polishing as well. At home you'll probably be working with different grades of sandpaper, because you're trying to take the peaks out of the metal. We're doing it probably with either belt sanders, bit heavier machining, or some diamonds, and then we'll go into Canny's 3-phase professional polishing machine. And there's different levels of polishing: show polishing, sizzle polishing, dull polishing, medium polishing, can be lacquered. It's what the customer wants, or the year of the bike. So right, we'll move on to vapor blaster. We're vapor blasting. Right, so we're all masked up. As I said, we're doing 3 different types. We're doing the dry media blasting, so we'll see that, we'll see the vapor, then we'll go to polishing. So we'll have 3 different things. So it's real time of actually how we're doing this. Into vapor blaster. In for a quick rinse, just getting rid of any grit, and then we'll go to the bench and take the tapes off. Right, so we're out the aqua vapor blaster. As I said, we've masked off, we'll take the tapes off now, and the idea is we should see a difference between the first one and the second one. This was dry blast media, which would be great for painting onto, and this is the colour of aqua vapor blasting. There'll be a better finish on that because we'd have belt sanded this to get any imperfections out. There might not be scars in it, but that's the way we do it. We just belt sand it and get this lovely finish. As you can see, that'd be lovely to lacquer and straight on. So what we're going to do is I'm going to mask this up, then that'll keep our area, which I'm going to show polishing, and then by rights we should see 3 different stages: polish, aqua vapor blasting, and walnut oxide, very fine. We're talking talcum powder, so fine. So we'll move into the polishing room. Okay, we're masked up, ready to go, so we're going into the polishings now. We're just going to do an area here to show you the standard we can get on this, and then come back. So we'll give it 5-10 minutes and we'll be back. Okay. So back out the polishing room. As I said, the whole idea of this video is just to show dry blast media, vapor, and then on to polishing. Obviously we'd be taking more time, and it's just showing you really what we can actually do. I've just wiped this off now, this wax off this bit of polishing. Done it to a medium with a bit of lime powder, and let you have another look and recap over what we've done. So we've done a bit of polishing, we're going on to a bit of vapor as next, and then on to a bit of dry blast media. And then if you just look back to your first bit of the video, you'll see I'm back to a fork leg, just what we had to start with. I think this leg was actually worse, but we'd spend more time because we'd be belting these back. So the first one's great for painting again, either home aerosol. The next one is a vapor peen finish, so you could lacquer that as well. And the last ones we go kind of a matte satin and gloss, or show gloss then, like when we do stainless steel exhaust pipes. So that's it on this video with the fork legs. The next video I'm going to do, in between the ongoing one with the TLR restoration, because we've got the engine up there ready to start on, but we'll just focus on some wheels. This one's off a TLR, this one I've got the pair of them in, of a customers. And in restoration, if you look close up to these, and you see what we're up against with these, and then the rims and everything. Right, so the idea is, when you're restoring, if you're on like a trail bike, motocrosser, or a custom bike, and you may not have the time or the money to put new rims, have them taken down, someone like myself Cerakote, or paint the hubs, and then someone to we build them back up again. We have a wheel builder, and he makes an excellent job for us. We put all the work to him. He knows all the offsets, race wheels, motocross, any machine, and they've been fantastic what have come back to us. So what we're gonna say is, if you bring your wheels in like this condition, we can turn it back to this with ceramic coating. That's been done about 5 years. Again, it's petrol resistant, brake fluid resistant. When they come into us, what we'll actually do is we'll blast them down and get them to such a fine finish, and take any curb rashes off or anything, and then we'll Cerakote the full wheel. Now there's 2 choices. If you've got bearings and you don't want to replace bearings, we can go for a different rating of ceramic coating, which is air cure, which is 24 hours then on to 5 days really to let it cure out. If you go into oven cure, there's 135 colours altogether down here. You can see some of the swatches of ceramic coatings. We have to put them in the oven, so we'll be removing bearings from going in the oven, because we'll be approximately 150 to get these up to temperature, but we can always put new bearings in as well. So when they come in, we blast, and then we'll put them in a machine, and we'll just true them up, make sure we've got no spokes loose, and just get them trued up a little bit, because we are coating them. However, you can still move the spoke nipples with ceramic coating. It's one of the thinnest paints there is on the market. So where powder coating them, you probably fixed a bit more. But back to ceramic coating, when we go into our different series, because we're 1200 centigrade or engine exhaust, ultra high temperature race machines, even to piston coat we do here, and piston top coating and valve coating. It gets a little bit more technical how you apply it, but the ones on most of the H series we don't get matte, satin and gloss. We mix it and weigh the resin out, so it's not a case of just pouring a bit of media in and a bit of resin, a bit of paint. You weigh it out, and it has to be on the limits to get the shading right. And each ceramic coating has its own performance rating. So as I say, if we're trying to get heat dispersant from a piston or valve stems or exhaust systems, so you want it to retain its finish after it goes up to high temperature race bikes, or else back to these wheels. And it's a great way to salvage a pair of wheels without stripping the hubs out, the spokes, and spending loads of money. And we do lots of these. So till the next video, we'll see you then. Thank you.